Oh man. All right. I waited for a second just to make sure that the stream doesn't fall down. That's been happening a lot lately. Actually, it hasn't been happening a lot. It happened last time. What's up, y'all? Clan Jeremy is here. I don't think so. How's it going, Clan? What's up, man? Yeah, guys, that's not Jeremy. Clan, is that Jeremy? No. Yeah, I'm sorry. I could have played on it. And I know that the chatter, Jeremy Sochan, would have went along with it. Yeah, I could have really played that for clout, but I'm not gonna do y'all like that. Cause then people start putting their life stories and you know how much he inspired them. I'm not doing y'all like that. You dirty dog. Yeah. Sham's mom? Since when? Clan, we gotta get them sometime. Yeah, maybe next time. Our favorite gooner. Yeah. Alright, so hold on. We have this is funny. A holy Trini, she said forget KD and she wanna go with this trade. That's funny. Reports coming in. Oh, the Dylan Harper thing? I think that's all smoke. So, hold on. So, first and foremost, there's something to keep in mind with that. So, I think... So, this is from Amico. Let's see, Sam... So let's do couple. Hold on. I saw this. Where, guys, is there an article for this? Like, I want to get an article for this because it's such a silly post. Let's see, Dylan Harper. The whole Dylan Harper thing. Yup, on the flag rumor. Huh? Okay, this is 3 hours ago. Let's see. What? Hold on, I'm reading through this article. Here, I'll show you. Gosh, why can't I delete any of this crap? This is a lot on the screen. Okay. 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 Okay, this is all bogus. What is this? What is this? This is all bogus. All right. Okay, so we'll talk about it because we have to. Chatter brought it up. And honestly, I think someone tagged me as well. Hold on, let me see if I can find the person who tagged me in the original post. Sauce Thomas, big shout out to you, but I think it was someone else too. Oh, here's some more. Yeah, God Usopp and Angel also tagged me in this. So what this is very short. This is very short. It says the San Antonio Spurs drafting Dylan Harper is reportedly not a done deal. Okay, so that's what was posted, and this kind of went around. People are saying, "Oh, so the Spurs aren't going to take Dylan Harper." Number one, of course, it's not a done deal. The draft hasn't happened yet. And number two, of course the Spurs are going to listen to other teams and not tell you exactly who they're going for, even though it's very obvious who they're going to pick in Dylan Harper. Of course they're going to do that. It would have to be an absolutely insane deal for the Spurs to get rid of the two. Like, I'm telling you that right off the bat. It'll have to be something insane, okay? But then if you actually go to, and by the way, I think a lot of people get confused. So there's Amico and then there's Amick, okay? Sam Amick, from my understanding, so I just bring it up here. He's really great when it comes to reports. Amico is a little bit more speculative. Not to say he's bad, but at least from what I've seen, he's more speculative. But if you guys have a different take on that, please let me know. But there's two completely different people there. But I actually went to the article, okay? So, well, actually, before going to the article where that's from, he left a comment here, and he says, if Dylan Harper ends up with the Spurs, it's only because they were unable to move the pick or him. Okay, I have zero doubt about that. And then when you go to the article to see why he has zero doubt about it, I'm not bought into this at all, right? He tries to give kind of an explanation for it, and it's just stuff that we've heard over and over again just from the casual fan. Like, oh, you already have De'Aaron Fox and Steph Castle. He has a big segment here of Jonathan Givony talking about you know, the picks and what the Spurs can do, and they might select based on need or whatnot. But he even says in here that it was just a hypothetical. And he goes in on that for a little while, right? It's a big segment with just that in there, or section with just that in there. So it's not a lot. Oh, I'm getting a call. But yeah, it's not a lot here, honestly, to go off of. So honestly, guys, I don't think there's anything to worry about. Literally all that he says to back up this point is just, here's a few random quotes of people saying things that are hypotheticals. Like, it's really nothing here, you know? Even right here, he says, here's a quote: everyone in San Antonio would love the Harper pick except for Fox and Castle, one opposing scout told Hoops Wire, laughing. Okay, all right, you positive? You sure that we're gonna pick Dylan Harper? I'm like 90-something% sure. Yeah, I'm like 98% sure. Like, I feel like it would have to be something crazy to happen for the Spurs not to do it. Like, it would have to be an insane deal, right? Anything is possible, right? We're going into well, kind of already in there, but going into free agency, right? And we're fully expecting to get KD and all that good stuff. And with that, like I said, with that as well, it had to be something crazy for that not to happen. Like, the Spurs would have to they would have to be asking for way too much. But as it stands right now, from what I'm hearing, it doesn't sound too crazy. So yeah, I'm just not worried about this at all. either the Spurs take Dylan Harper or they get some insane deal. Either way, we'll win. But yeah, I don't know. Spurs are very cautious to give up on their top picks. And he's a phenomenal player. So yeah, not buying into this. Not buying into this at all. Harper's great, man. Harper's really great. I don't know, Clayton, you seemed a little scared there. What? No. This is silly. I'm pretty confident that they're not going to do it. I'm like 98% sure. I'm leaving that 2% in case there's some insane deal, but they're going to keep Dylan Harper. I'm playing with you? Yeah. All right, so couple other things. Oh, he's a man of the people. Hold on, we gotta. Guys, this is huge, okay? This is huge. This is gigantic. This is a big deal. Am I not on my account? I'm on my account. Oh, wait, I'm in my likes. I'm in my likes right now. How's your pet cat? She's on the couch, I think. She's not in here. She's doing okay. She's been sleeping all day. As cats do. Right, hold on. Guys. All right, so I don't have to say that this is true because it's literally coming from Shams, right? Like, obviously, it's true, it's correct. And this is some big news. This is actually some huge news that I'm quite excited about, okay? Because our San Antonio Spurs could very much so be in the mix, and I would be very shocked if they weren't in the mix of trying to see what they could do here. So check this out. So this is from Shams. It says the Celtics are willing to listen to trade offers for Dylan Brown and Derek White. I've seen a few Spurs fans advocate for Dylan, or not, did I say Dylan Brown? Jaylen Brown. I'm not a big fan of that, right? I'm not. But Derek White, dude, yes, bring him back. I know a lot of people would bring up the contract. We'll figure something out, okay? I'm not worried. I'm not worried, okay? That's not my job to worry about that. So here it is. Our team's making big offers and calling about Jaylen Brown and Derek White 100%. The Celtics prefer not to trade them, from my understanding, but listening, if they get a big offer, they have to look at everything. And I think they're going to get, offers on the three guys that they're focused on. They're going to get offers potentially on Derek White and Jaylen Brown. And I think between now and the draft and free agency, there's going to be they're going to evaluate what makes sense from a value perspective. So I'll tell you this right off the bat: Derek White is probably going to cost more than he did for us to get rid of him. I mean, let's just be honest. For us to trade away Derek White at that time, contextually, I think his value might have been a little lower. But we do know that the Spurs have a good relationship with the Celtics when it pertains to trades and whatnot. And I'm assuming if they do something, they're going to want to do right by these two players as well. But as it stands right now, this is some really big news. And I've been seeing a few articles out there saying that, hey, the Spurs could try to make something happen. No one actually, putting their necks out to say specifically or say with all the confidence in the world that it's going to happen. But I really like this. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I really like this. No White, no Brown. Guys, come on. He's Derek White. Come on. And we're in the modern NBA, all right? I don't want to hear the too many guards thing. Derek White is yet another player. Even when he was with us, he's another player that he can fit in multitude of different roles. And I would even argue even more so now in his career than before that he could fit in different roles. Let's see, Derek White. I said Derek White stats. What we got here? Because his 3-point percentage was insane last time I checked, but it might have went down. Let's see. No, it remained insane. Yeah, the last time he was with us, he shot 31%. His best season, he shot 36.6%. And look at the sheer amount of threes. So, like, obviously, you know, with the Boston Celtics, he's just in a better situation. I wasn't one of those people that bought in that Derek White was just, like, so much better than he was with the Spurs. Like, I don't think so. He's much more efficient. But I think that more so came down to the talent around him. Defensively, he looked no different to me. Like, watching him with the Celtics, I'm like, yeah, I've been seeing this since day one that he's been like this. And I would say another thing that is different, there is one thing that's different. He's much more confident, right? Like near the last couple seasons with the Spurs, he grew that confidence, and then just throughout the Celtics, he knows that he belongs, right? But the last 3 years, kind of insane, right? This past season, what the heck? What the heck? Look at the amount of 3-point attempts, and he's shooting 38%. Kind of crazy, right? So yeah, so Derek White is locked in. I would love him on this squad, and he's one player that you can kind of fit in multitude of different roles. Before, I really wanted the Spurs just to run him at point guard, right? Like him next to DeJounte was just ugly. I hated it. I hated it so much. And neither one of those guys were like solid shooting guards. But now I think Derek White is definitely someone who can fit in so many different places, just however you need him. So, dude, I'm with it, bro. I'm 100% with it. Agree, Clan. Not to mention championship, shooting, and defensive prowess. The Spurs would, I guess it just depends on what it takes, right? Like, what is it going to cost? Hopefully, we could like get other teams involved. I'm sure that we're listening to everything, and trying to figure out what we could do. But what would be insane is if the Spurs don't have to give up too much of their future, right? Like, you can still have your future intact. And I've been thinking about this, and I have a few picks that I want to keep no matter what. So let's see, Spurs. And I do have a future pick that I don't care about. Maybe a couple that I don't care about. Okay. So which ones would I want to keep? So if the Spurs can manage to keep their future bright while winning now, dude, we'll be speed running into our dynasty era. Like, and I was not expecting it to be this quick. So 2025, I'm willing to give up the 14th, especially if it means we get KD, right? I don't want to give up the Atlanta swap, so that's one I want to keep. But which ones do not mind giving up? 2026, this is why you stack all these second round picks, right? Like, you're not going to use these. Like, Spurs might use one. They're not going to use all four. So something has to happen with that, right? There's no way. So more than likely, those are gone. So you can get rid of those. I want to keep the Atlanta, right? But then anything that's ours, I don't really care that much, honestly. I don't really care. So I wouldn't mind giving up the 20, or actually the 29. Yeah, 28 I want to keep because that's a Boston swap, which I don't know what Boston will look like. That's a pretty tough one, though, because since they're in the East, I mean, it'd probably be a subpar lottery pick at that point, but they might fall apart. I don't know. So maybe I'll be willing to 28, but 29, my own, I do not mind giving that one up. Let's see, 20. There's another one that I didn't mind. And maybe 2031 if we can get something else out of. Well, actually, we don't need it. We got Sacramento swaps, right? Well, no, that would be. Okay, never mind. Yeah, that doesn't. I was looking at the wrong thing. No, I actually do want to keep that. I guess the 29 is the main one that I wouldn't care about getting rid of. And then all these crazy amount of second round picks we have. That's just how I feel. Can't trade till after the finals. Yeah. Trades would happen after finals. Obviously. Anyways, so yeah, just wanted to bring this up because I think that this is a big deal, and hopefully the Spurs get involved. And I know that we kind of speculated about this before on whether or not Derek White will be available. But now it sounds like the line is open, right? And I would not be shocked by any means if the Spurs are in this in these groups of conversations, right? So, anyways, but as of right now, I guess the 29 is one I do not mind giving up. Multitude of seconds, and then the 14th, this pick, I don't mind giving up. But yeah, I don't know what it'll take for Derek. But I'm assuming it's going to be more than what we had to give up because he's just viewed differently now. You win a championship, things change. Things change. So, yeah. What's that about KD? Why are people concerned about Sochan? Where did you hear this? I've been seeing people say that too, and guys, I heard nothing about Sochan. Nothing. There's no... Yeah. I would be extraordinarily shocked if something like that happened. Spurs are pretty smart, though. I don't think they'll just get rid of Sochan. Sochan is not getting traded. Yeah, I don't know where that's coming from. Oh, Evan Sittery mentioned it? Per Gambo? Radio talk show host in Arizona. The Suns are prioritizing young talent and draft. Jeremy Sochan and Devin Sochan are two players to watch who could be included in a potential. And he's getting this from a radio host in Arizona. Okay, okay. I can't say it. I won't say it. I got some really great info, and I won't say it, but I will say the deal that I heard thus far is way better than this. Is way better than getting rid of Vassell or Sochan. It's way better than that. So, don't. You met Jeremy Sochan today? That's cool. Yeah, wasn't he at like a coffee shop or something? Yeah, so we'll talk about that in a minute, but this right here. All right, do you guys want to see our number 2 pick kind of cook? You guys want to see a future Spur cook? I know you guys want to see it. I know you guys want to see a future Spur cook. I'm going to show you a future Spur cook. Okay? So this is from... What the heck is this? What is NBA Future now? What NBA Future starts now? What is this? The NBA's official home of the next generation. Oh, so they just like post draft picks? Is that what they do? They showcase young talent? Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Let's watch them cook. So this is Dylan Harper versus everybody. Okay. And let's just, a lot of people underestimate, there's a few things going on right now, right? And I don't blame anybody for it. Okay. This draft, the main talking point, the main person that everyone's been talking about is Cooper Flag because he is that good. But I guarantee you any other draft other than the Wemby one, Dylan Harper will be like a number 1 pick. People will be talking about him. He's pretty great. Like really, really good. And yeah, I think a lot of people that don't really that haven't really looked into him, they kind of sit back and they're like, well, we have too many guards, right? Like really lazy arguments with that. Oh, he's I don't know, he's six. He's only 6'6" or whatever, which I mean that's a really great size. It's very strange, very strange. But I do want you guys to know how good he actually is. I really want you guys to know how good he actually is. So let's just watch this and watch his footwork, watch his quickness, watch his decision making, watch his craftiness. He's very slippery. Okay, he's very slippery. He makes it look easy. Not many players can just make it look this easy. Sorry. Wasn't on my earphones. I wanted to hear it. Here we go. Easy. Easy. There's one layup in here in particular that I thought was so sick. Yeah, it's this one. That is absolutely ridiculous to me. He is so freaking slippery. The way that he used his body against the defender was just so beautiful. Because it would have been very easy, or most players would have just went up with their left and went around the left. Another thing, too, that makes him very dangerous, he's a left-handed guard. We got two left-handed guards, guys. They're very difficult to deal with. So slippery. Beautiful. Just great pace. He created so much space with that step back. God, that was a long jump. Beautiful. And a lot of people worry about his shooting, but like if you look at his form, he's fine. He's so quick, man. Harden step back vibes. It's a really good step back. But anyways, use his body well, very fast, good athlete, elite scorer. What else can you ask for? The glaze is getting dangerous. It really is. It really is. But you guys actually do need to go back and watch some of his Rutgers games. He's really good. Going to be difficult to three-peat Rookie of the Year. Yeah, I think we need to give up on that. All right, we're not going to three-peat Rookie of the Year because Cooper Flagg's going to have way more. Not say Harper won't have opportunity, but I'll say if the Spurs get KD, yeah, it's not going to be a ton of opportunity. He'll do his thing, but it's not a ton of opportunity. That's actually what makes Castle so special for winning Rookie of the Year, because he wasn't really the focal point of our offense. I mean, if we're really thinking about it, he wasn't. Yet he was still very effective, right? Very interesting with him. Because his numbers were pretty good for somebody who wasn't the focal point of the offense at all. Anyways, really good stuff. I'm really excited. Just wanted to show you some Harper footage. I think it will be possible he would have the Chet argument if we are winning. What are we talking about? Spurs are saying they aren't sold to him at number 2 because it'll raise the draft stock for trades. Yeah, you do this. People fall for this like every year. Like, it's a player you obviously are going to pick. I don't even think, honestly, I don't even think the Spurs said they're choosing Wemby. Yeah, guys, I don't even think the Spurs said they were choosing Wemby. It was obvious they would. I don't think they ever said it. They never said they were choosing Wemby. Because the reason why I'm thinking about that is because I remember fans arguing, like, well, people that really didn't know what they were talking about. They were like, maybe we should get Scoot over Wemby. Like, people were actually genuinely talking like that. Yeah, it's because the Spurs, you don't tell teams exactly who you're going to pick, even if it's very obvious. Yep. Yeah, they didn't. They kept saying whoever we end up picking at number 1. Yeah. They don't. Yeah. Dylan Harper is the obvious choice. Okay, there's only 2 choices you have here: Dylan Harper or get something insane. That's the only 2 choices you have here: Dylan Harper or get something insane out of it. Nothing else. Okay, so. All right, guys. So obviously, you know that I have loved Jeremy Sochan before the San Antonio Spurs even picked him up. You guys remember the live stream in many weeks, maybe months, leading into that draft. I kept saying Sochan is at the top of my list. And then it changed quite a bit. Like, I wanted Dyson Daniels at one point, and I switched between those 2. Tari Eason was a guy that I wanted, but he was always in my top 3. Sochan was always there. The only hang up I had was his shooting. I was just like, hey, he's probably never going to be a great shooter, but he might prove us wrong with that. He's just been improving every single year. But one thing that I really love about Sochan, okay, biases aside, one thing that I really absolutely adore is the fact that he is in touch with the community. That's super important, okay? He is absolutely in touch with the community. He brings on even more responsibility onto himself to say, hey, this is my home, right? He can be traveling all around the world, which he does, but at the end of the day, this is his main base, right? Well, I said this, I'm not even from San Antonio, but San Antonio is his main base. And this is another example of that. This is him absolutely being great. So I'm going to show you this. So he did like a meet and greet type deal. I'm going to show you this, and then I'm going to give you some details on it that I think if you hate on Sochan, pick another team, bro. I don't know. This is Spur. This is Spur right here, okay? And a lot of people in the chat said that they met him today, so that's cool. God, that's loud. By the way, the times I've been in San Antonians, I guess, are so chill. Y'all are very chill. I like San Antonio people. Y'all are cool. That is not a... That's a long... Well, that's a lot of cars. I feel like it could be worse. It could be worse. It could be worse. I have this sweater. I was given this sweater. It is a dope one. It's like a smoothie shop, right? Bro, like, you looking at the meat, bro. You that hungry? I know it's hot out there. Are you that thirsty, I guess? What are you doing? Okay. So let me give you details on this. Shout out to Nate Ryan for posting this. Jeremy Sochan is at Southwest Elixirs today, giving out juice to fans in downtown San Antonio. I'm told Jeremy called the team and organized this event because he wanted a place to interact with fans. Bonus, I love this spot. My favorite smoothie is at the end of the clip. Oh, that's why you put that in the clip. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, I don't know which one it is. Which one is... The Big Ben, maybe? I don't know which one is his favorite. The Cactus Bloom? I don't know. Anyways, but yeah, so Jeremy Sochan actually organized this himself. He wanted this to happen. This wasn't one of those, you know, the team sends you out there and say, hey, you got to do something for the org, or this will look really good. Just something he wanted to do, right? He wanted to interact with the peeps. This is his home. He cares. And yeah, not every day that people get to just meet an NBA player, right? So just wanted to show you this because I think this is pretty awesome. I think this is some good stuff. Wait, somebody said over 300 people, even after it ended. He stayed and chatted with everyone. Okay, so I go to a lot of conventions. I haven't been in a while, but I go to a lot of like anime conventions, like nerd conventions type stuff. And the best voice actors, the best VAs, they will stay after, right? Like people that genuinely care. And this is even more, this is different than that, right? Because they're not paying to, you know, get an autograph or whatnot. I hope not. It doesn't look like it. But yeah, so this is even different than that. But some of the best people are the ones that would actually stay over. I think I got, was it Christopher? Yeah, it was Christopher Sabat, the voice of Vegeta. Like I got him to sign plenty of stuff. But he ended up staying after like 2 hours after the thing was over. He just took on the rest of the people that were on the line, and a lot of VAs won't do that. They'll just say, oh, okay, you're gone, you know, get out of here. But he was like, no, you know, yes, these people came, let's go ahead and go through with it. And he stayed like an extra 2 hours, which he didn't have to do because I think he had to be on the road like right after that or something like that. Sorry, that's a mini tangent. I just think that that's really admirable for Sochan to do that. Because not everybody gets the opportunity, and people went out of their way to get out here. I'm sure traffic wasn't the best. But yeah, his aura is too hard. His aura is great. So, I don't know. I think it's kind of a weird thing, right? It's a really weird thing. People that dislike Jeremy Sochan, sometimes you can't really tell why, right? Is it personality-wise? I understand people outside of San Antonio don't like him, right? Spurs fans should like him, but I understand other teams not because he's irritating. He will irritate you. He'll fight with your favorite player. So that could be frustrating for people. But then when it's Spurs fans that say, like, he's not that good of a player or he's not that talented or, like, I just don't know what you're talking about. And I don't know if we're watching the same games. I think a lot of people just stat watch and then just wait till after the games to see, you know, what type of player or how well he did, but he's just not that type. And I would have thought that as a fan of the San Antonio Spurs that we would have better literacy than that, right? I don't know if that's the right word I was looking for, but I mean, we've had plenty of players come through San Antonio that stats don't look great, but we can acknowledge how important they are, how good they are as players. Boris Diaw is a prime example. Prime example. You go back and you look at Boris Diaw stats, and you can't tell me he wasn't a monster. Let's see. We go to Boris Diaw. Let's see. So with San Antonio Spurs, we'll go championship year. He averaged 9 points, 52 field goal percentage, which is really good. 40% from three, but he only shot 1 3-point attempt per game. 1. A little over 1. Are you hearing me, guys? He shot a little over 1% or 1 3-point pointers a game in 2024 or 2014. But memory would tell you, oh my God, he was just lighting them up. No, he didn't take that many at all. But this is what I'm talking about. You can't just look at stats. You can't look at raw stats. Manu Ginobili is a player that, and I don't think Sochan's as good as Manu, obviously. But Manu Ginobili is a player where you look at his stats and you're like, oh, he's not. How is he the greatest? One of the greatest players to ever live. You gotta watch. Everything is contextual. But like Boris Diaw, and even Boris Diaw at this point was late in his career. Late in his career. So yeah, I don't know. It's a lot of games started. 20 minutes a game. Boris, it was 25 minutes a game. He played 25 minutes. He got significant minutes with us. He played a big part. He got some pretty big minutes. Boris was out of his prime. But even Boris's best year of his career, points wise, he averaged 15. I just think people stat watch way too much today, and I think it's a little easier to do that when you're losing, right? But I guarantee, I promise you, when the Spurs are winning again and we're in the playoffs and we're doing our thing, we're gonna sit back and no one's gonna care about stats. You're gonna be able to watch the game and you can tell the impact that he's having, right? You'll actually notice. Right now, when you're losing, you don't really care. People don't care that he's one of the top players in the league as far as pick and roll finishes. People don't care that he's one of the best defenders in the league. Like it's win or lose, right? Which is very, I hate that people see it that way. I think it's very obtuse, but at the same time, it is what it is, I guess, you know? Oh, it's win, not if. What, like when we're winning? Like, yeah, like when we're winning, you're gonna see it. Yeah, you're gonna see it. I think Sochan is part of the deal, guys. Hate to say, no. Like I say all the time, okay? I will never tell you something 100%, but I am very confident that's not going to happen. It would have to be an absolutely insane deal. From what I'm hearing, I do not buy that Sochan is on the table for anything. I wouldn't even be surprised if Devin Vassell isn't on the table. That's how good we are. We don't need to trade for KD. Yeah, you don't have to. And that's another thing. Sebastian's 100% right. You don't have to do it. Like, if they ask for too much and they're like Sochan or nothing, you got to give us Sochan, the 14th, the future pick, and another player. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do any of that. Screw that. You don't have to do that. Just hang on to it. Hang on to Sochan. But stuff like that's very important. You don't always get guys like this, right? That want to embrace the culture to this degree. You know? This is the Spurs way. This is the Spurs way. Surprised nobody tagged me in this. Or maybe someone did, but I didn't see it. Anyways. Yeah, we just walk away. Yeah, you don't have to do anything. You're not obligated to go after KD if you don't have to. The Spurs want him, but like you don't have to do it if they ask for too much. If they get a little too crazy in the coming weeks, then well, it's off the table then. Good luck. Try to find somebody else, I guess. All right, so I think, didn't we have something else? You guys have no idea how bad I want to talk about it. About a potential deal. We'll do this one later. I'll go back live again Friday. We'll go live again Friday after the game. Because there's a Friday game, right? Is there a Friday game, chat? Give us a hint, man. All I'll say is what I heard is so great. It was some really good news on what could potentially happen. Really good news. Better than we expected. Did we have 4 segments today? That was quick. We're not even an hour in. Guys, well, look, it's like one of those things. It's like this, okay? First off, I can't say anything, okay? It will be messed up for me to say anything. That's not cool. That's number one. Number two, because you don't just burn through sources like that. Why do I have to do this? Number two, I don't want to tell you something for sure and something completely different happened. Like, let me think. It was what was a situation where it was like pretty close, but then nothing came from it? Oh, last draft. Oh, what was it? Not draft. Before the trade deadline, there was a player that we were interested in. Who was it? And we were so close to making the deal happen, and then it just didn't fall through. And that's why I didn't like emphasize that it was going to happen. You know? What? Looking cute tonight, clan. Thank you, Mongo. RJ? Oh, Barrett? No, I don't think it was the Barrett. No, I don't think it was RJ Barrett. It was another player. Before the trade deadline. No, it wasn't RJ. No, RJ Barrett. I don't know where those talks have went. That was legit though. Wasn't that like that was recent? That was like was that a week ago? A couple weeks ago? Cam? No, it wasn't Cam. Wait, no. I think it was Cam. Yeah, because like the last minute, I think they asked for like way too much. I think it was Cam. I think you're right. No, I don't think it was Lowry. It wasn't Lowry. Yeah, it was Cam. So, and for KD is a deal breaker. Much love, clan. So, yeah, dude, Matthew, thank you for the super chat, by the way. Yeah, dude, giving away so, like, I don't think people realize how valuable he is. He is so valuable. I hate that people don't see it that way. It's going to take the Spurs winning, bro. Like, when we're actually winning, you'll be able to see it more clearly. You'll see that stop. That was really important. You'll pay attention in very close games in the playoffs, and he got a key stop at the end. Like, you'll see it. You'll see it. But in these games where they don't mean as much, it's a little bit more casual. Like, Spurs fans turn it on, they have a beer, whatever. Halftime starts, maybe they go off, they're playing a little Nintendo or something, and they come back in the fourth, and it's like, oh man, this game got away from us, you know? And then they go and they look at the stats, and they're like, oh, Sochan sucked. He had 10 points. He sucked. He should have scored more. And it's like, gosh, we're not paying attention. Like, I swear, guys, I watch these games, and I sometimes I question, like, are we watching the same thing? And that's not everybody. I think most people in the chat probably agree with me here, but like, I see takes on Sochan where I'm just like baffled. It doesn't feel like we're watching the same games at all. I don't get it. I know that he doesn't get like crazy amount of steals or blocks, but honestly, as great as his defense is and how, you know, guys, like how could I put this? Like, the fact that people's percentages or guys' percentages are so low when he's guarding them, but then his fouls are very low. He has some really great fundamental defense. His technique is superb. Because he doesn't get in foul trouble. Like, Sochan does not get in foul trouble. And yeah, he might not get like crazy amount of forced, you know, turnovers, but I think that more so comes down to the fact that he just used his body the best at, you know, to the optimized degree. Like, he just makes sure that he gets you a good contest every single time. You are going to be contested every single time. That's what makes him so good. He's not reaching in too often. He's not putting himself in a position where he can get in foul trouble. He's just contesting you. And sometimes it ends with a block. Sometimes it can end with a steal, but he's not that type of player. Did you see Sochan kicked out of practice? Didn't we talk about that? Oh no, we didn't go over. Dang, I never finished that. All right, guys, that has to be on our agenda for Friday, okay? It has to. We never finished it. We never finished that Sochan interview. We never finished it. We started it and never finished. I completely forgot about it. Well, thanks for the super chat, Jay. He says, Facebook groups the worst on wanting him gone, and they don't see if we lose him, we lose a big part of defense. Well, your first mistake was being on Facebook. That was your first mistake. Your first mistake was being in a Facebook group. Facebook people have it is a really bad group of people. Like, people really lost grips on reality on Facebook. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, I'm in a couple Facebook groups. I'm in a couple. Like, I'm in a Marvel Rivals Facebook group. Some Japanese Facebook group that's tailored towards people that want to move to Japan. Because obviously, I told you guys I want to move to Japan. But Facebook as a whole, bro, it's bad. It's bad. Like, so many people lost grips of reality. So I wouldn't be surprised if their takes are pretty brain dead. Because I guess there's a lot of social medias like this. I really hate Facebook in particular because it doesn't challenge. It's just a lot of people. It's an echo chamber. A lot of people that don't know what they're talking about, and none of their thoughts really get challenged, right? Even as bad as Twitter got because of the direction Elon put it in, there's still enough people on there where things get challenged and don't just be said and you just roll with it all the time. But Facebook is one where it's just an echo chamber of misinformation and people don't know what they're talking about. And oh man, Facebook ignorance is a whole nother group of ignorance. Thanks for the super chat, Mandito. I just noticed it. Facebook stupidity is good though. Laugh at dumb people. I got in an argument with someone on Facebook and then I never did it again. That's when I gave up as far as engaging on Facebook. And it might have been I think it might have been the COVID vaccine. I think it was something about the COVID vaccine. It was years ago, right? And this lady, she was, I don't know another word, guys. I don't mean to be mean, but she was insane. Like, she was genuinely insane. And I tried to, like, be kind and give sources. Like, I wasn't trying to be that person who was like, I know more than you. I went to college, so I know more than you type person, right? Like, I legit was just trying to give her some information, some credible sources. She was gone, bro. She was gone. It was like you were talking to a robot. It was weird. It was the most weird experience I've ever seen in my life. God, it was weird. You went to college? Yeah, I went to college. I got my master's too. What's up, Clan? What's up, Chris? Thanks for the super chat, dude. What the heck? $20 super chat? Thanks, guys. Let's not start. If you think that way, then you would just never have players ever, bro. Zapdos. Wrath of Zapdos? He says Sochan isn't worth keeping for decades if you have to overpay to keep them. What? No one is worth keeping forever if you have to overpay to keep them, right? Like, overpay is basically the assumption that, you know, you're insinuating that you're not able to build a team because of this player, this one player. I guess nobody would really be worth overpaying. Jesus is worth it. But yeah, dude, that was crazy. Yeah, that was an experience trying to argue with someone on Facebook. It's like talking to a wall. They are completely they have a no grip of reality, y'all. Like, it's bad. It's bad. And like I said, no other social media is as bad as Facebook is. What do you think of Fiesta jerseys coming back? I think that's cool. That was leaked, right? Like, someone told me that, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. I know some inside information. But then someone else said, oh, yeah, that was leaked. Like, I was like, oh, I didn't know it was leaked. The last thing about the Facebook thing, it just came to me. I think one reason why Facebook is so bad and misinformation is so rampant is because you can't challenge it, right? Like, it's not like Twitter is very easy because someone can say something crazy and you can hit them with a one-liner, literally like repost it and go viral from that, right? And get plenty of people reposting it from there. Facebook isn't really the same way. Like, if someone posts something really stupid, you'll see like 20,000 people liked it, and you can repost it, but you don't see it the same way, right? Like, it doesn't. I don't know if it's that algorithm that's a little different, or what. I don't really know. I don't know how to explain it. But like, Facebook is like more private posts type deal, right? Not like I can just say anything and it be challenged. Like, I don't know. Yeah, that's the word. Facebook is so insulated. Yeah, that's the word. Where Twitter, someone can say something, yeah, it was really dumb and it can get 200,000 likes, but then you can have plenty of people reposting it that's hitting you with one-liners saying, hey, yeah, you're dumb. That's not true, with a bunch of resources, a bunch of just sources for what they have to say, and they could be getting 100,000 likes, 50,000 likes or whatever, but a lot of those is good. I posted a clip today on Spurs subreddit of Dylan Harper in the high school all-star game hitting some clutch shots over Cooper Flag. By the way, if you wanted more Harper hype, yeah, dude, if you can join our Friday live stream, remind me, because I do want to go over more. And you guys got to remind me to go over the Sochan thing. I cannot believe I keep forgetting that. It's been over a week now that we went over the first part. Friday nights is for D&D clan. Can't make it. Hey, is D&D... I never played D&D. Is it... I mean, obviously you're playing it, so you're going to say it's fun. But, like, is it hard for a newcomer to go in and start doing it? I'm assuming I would have to, like, find some... well, there go Facebook, right? I had to find some groups that actually do it. Because it takes, like, a lot of creativity, right? Depends on the dungeon master. Oh. So it can be pretty whack. I might have to just go. My computer's a mess right now. There's like everything is everywhere, y'all. Everything is everywhere. I don't know where anything is. Where is this in? What is this located in? It's located in OneDrive. Oh my gosh, my stuff is all over the place. Why is that in OneDrive? The DM is the bread and butter of a campaign. Okay. Oh, it could be great if you're willing to be a little silly. Cosplay is a must in D&D. I really want to go to a Renaissance festival. I've wanted to do that for a while. I cosplayed for the very first time at a anime con about a year ago now, and it was the greatest thing ever, bro. I was like, wow, that was actually genuinely fun. And you spark up conversations so easily too. Like, people are just like coming up to you by the bunches. Ren festivals have some nasty people sometimes. What do you mean by that? Like mean people, or? Yeah, I just never been. I met a guy at Ren Festival and he smelled like feet and his pants falling off. Oh man, well, I mean that's part of he was just cosplaying. I mean, don't sound that much different than an anime con. Hey Clang, could you do a mock depth chart with bench if KD joins the team? I don't really feel like I can. Thank you so much for the super chat. I don't know if I can really go into depth about it. I mean, a mock depth chart. I mean, it would. The only thing that out of my depth chart that might be a little controversial is I would have Castle come off the bench, and like people will say like, oh wait, he's a rookie of the year, he should start. Which I'm not mad at that, but I just like him coming off the bench a little bit more, only because I would trust him even more so. Like Dylan Harper will be surrounded, like he's a really great talent, and then he'll be surrounded around Wimby, KD, Fox, like surrounded around these. Well, Wimby isn't a vet, but surrounded around these vets. I would really love for Castle to just come off the bench, right, and run that second unit, and he will be able to destroy any second unit. So that's the only thing that would be controversial. I'd hold on to him. I'm telling you, Sochan will be part. Oh, okay. I'm telling you, Sochan will be part of Sochan trade as a Spurs fan. I don't know if I was a Suns owner, I'd trade KD for just for sale and 14th pick. I heard some things. I'll tell you this: I haven't heard Sochan being part of nothing. I wouldn't be surprised if, because this how it was this season as well. I wouldn't be surprised if Spurs just like hang up the phone. Maybe not literally hang up the phone, but like letting you know right off the bat, yes, Sochan's not available. From my understanding, a lot of people like Sochan. I really don't want KD either. You want KD. You want KD. You want KD. Don't worry. You want KD. You think you don't. I think you probably like where I was like a week ago, where I was like, it's just going to take so much. It'll take so much. But if it goes the way that I'm hoping and I'm thinking, you want KD. No, I really don't. Yeah, you do. You want KD. You just think you don't. You want him. Keep in mind, this is Wimby's idol. Okay? This is Wimby's idol. Keep that in mind. This is Wimby's idol. And KD has made it abundantly clear where he wants to be. You would take KD and you're gonna like it. You're gonna like it. You're gonna like it. You know, a lot of people said they didn't want Chris Paul before we got him. Which, to be fair, this is gonna be even better than having Chris Paul. This one? It's just too much. I gotta go through here. This is so much. I gotta fix my computer, bro. Everything is everywhere, y'all. It's so bad. Somebody said KD's washed? Yeah, someone said KD's washed? Based on what? How's KD washed? In what way is he washed? Like, you can look at his shooting splits. He's still a star. How's he washed? KD averaged like 26, 6, and 4 last year, didn't he? Yeah, he's washed, can't defend. He doesn't have the same speed. And he's just a stats guy. He's just a stats guy. You know what? If he's just a stats guy, I am completely content with him just being a stats guy as a role player. If you have to put KD in a role player role, dude, this is sick. This is absolutely ridiculous. Also, don't count out the fact that, or don't excuse the fact that he's freakishly tall. That helps a lot. Him being freakishly tall alone helps a lot. And then he'll be surrounded around defenders. Fox is an okay defender. Dylan Harper is a good defender. You know, obviously Sochan and Wemby are elite defenders. Well, Wemby's like, I don't want to put them in the same categories. Wemby's like beyond elite. Like, he's like celestial. I don't know. He's like a whole nother being when it comes to defense. But like, Sochan's an elite defender. But that amount of height that he has, and if you're saying he's just going to be a role player, okay. That role player is going to help you win a lot of games. Yeah, come be a stats guy over here. I'm cool with it. I wanted Buzelis too, but I'm assuming Buzelis didn't want us. Is that fair to say? I think Buzelis didn't want us. I think he wanted to be with the Bulls, y'all. Yeah, I think you're right. He from Chicago. Yeah, I know he grew up like a Chicago Bulls fan. Because I was actually shocked because when we didn't take him, I was even more so shocked that other teams didn't take him at that point. There was a lot of Spurs fans that went against me on that, like taking Buzelis. I don't really know why. There was quite a few people that weren't fans of getting Buzelis. I'm like, this kid can find his shot. Like, got a lot of poise. Just get his shot at will, it seemed like. But it is what it is. Can't have everybody, I guess. Sadly, in my honest opinion, we are moving away from pop system. I'm very curious. I mean, I don't care what the Spurs do as long as it's, you know, productive and we're winning. I'm very curious to see what Mitch Johnson has in mind, because one quote that stands out to me, which I don't know the quote, you know, 110%, but it was from, who was it? Which coach was it? Was it Spoelstra? I think it was Spoelstra. And he was talking about how, no, it wasn't Spoelstra. I think it was Steve Kerr. Was it Steve Kerr? It was one of the coaches. They were talking about when they worked with him, they were like how many great ideas he had in the coaching room. Like they were like, he has so many great ideas that he thinks outside of the box so often. So we'll really get to see his coaching on full display, right? We could see his coach on full display. And he's shown glimpses of this season where I was like, that was really good. So we'll see. Oh, pop system in terms of resting veterans for a great playoff stretch. Oh. He's a young coach. I wouldn't bank on that. That's probably going to be a struggle for a while. He's gonna play his vets. Young coaches tend to do that, like overkill. So his vets are gonna get playing time, plenty of it. And I can't tell with it might have been a mixture of both, but I can't tell with Chris Paul whether that was a deliberate, like, okay, that's what we're gonna do, or if it was like a, hey, you know, he promised, or we promised that he would get that playing time. So they just kind of had to do it. When stuff is going south, he'll lean on the starters. He goes a little too far sometimes. KD or Sochan, Jesus. What? I don't think I would trade. Everything's contextual, right? Like, if we're talking a young KD, like 1-to-1, obviously I would just trade him for Sochan. We're talking about an older KD for Sochan, and then probably a couple picks and another player. I'm not doing that. I wouldn't do that, because KD isn't going to be long term, right? Like max probably 3-4 years, right? Like that's probably what we're looking at. Clan, do you still have merch? Yeah, I do. I'm getting ready to go on a trip soon, so if you're willing to be patient, I'll eventually be able to get it out. But yeah, if you go to Clan the Merch Fan, I didn't take down the site yet. I mean, I'm not really planning to. I was gonna pause the site for a minute, but yeah, because I haven't really gotten any orders in a while. But I haven't been pushing it either, so I need to do some more designs. Probably need to work on that this weekend, honestly. On Friday. No, I'm just saying if Clayton. I was just saying if KD were to come to us, more than likely he would end up getting an extension. And that's the only way I could see the Spurs like going out of their way. Yeah, you ain't doing no Jeremy for 2, 3, 4 KD years. Like that's not a good idea. No, I never played any war strategy games. How many players have we lost to free agency? I don't know, but we're about to lose Mamu. If KD comes, please, please, please don't get hurt. That would suck. That would really suck. KD is a jinx and a franchise killer? How's he a franchise killer? You think we lose Bassie? Oh, I don't know. I don't know what happened with Bassie. I'm not as bought in on Bassie as some fans. So I guess I don't care as much. Yeah, that's the reason I didn't want Giannis. That's just too much. He would just cost too much. Jeremy's ceiling isn't that high. I would say, okay, it's like a different. Like I think Jeremy, how good I think he's going to be, is pivotal point of championship runs. Just with his defense nastiness alone, he's already shown that he can hit some big shots, stuff like that. He'll have some very memorable moments, and he's a consistent pillar on the defensive end. So that's what I think he'll be. As far as his ceiling's actually really high. I would say, I think it's really high. I don't agree with Patrick Beverley that he will be like a Kawhi, but if we're talking about his ceiling, it's pretty up there. Like I think it's a really good ceiling. I don't think he'll get there though. I think that he'll just be a super solid role player. Yeah, he said who you replacing Jeremy with. I mean, for real, like, I think it really comes down to people that don't like Jeremy. It comes down to not valuing what he does well, because it kind of goes against a lot of the guys that get popular in the NBA. KD is way better, no comparison. Has nothing to do with liking. I'm so confused. Wait, I'm confused. Can't be biased and say you wouldn't trade Sochan for KD. Dude, you gotta think of it more than just 1-to-1, right? We're not picking somebody for a pickup game. Okay, this is, you're not picking somebody up for a pickup game. Sochan is significantly younger. Just being honest, he is significantly younger. KD, you only have a small window with him, so that's something to consider. Like it's not a pickup game. It's not like, oh well, this player is better, so I'll pick him for my pickup game. Like we're talking years down the line, and I think Sochan's really important to what you got going and for your future. And I don't think you do that. I think that would be a bad idea. I think you'll be valuing the next few years over the dynasty that the Spurs have said they wanted. obviously KD 1-to-1 to Sochan is a better player, but like that doesn't mean anything. Yeah, you don't include Sochan. You include Sochan, that's way worse than you including Devin. But I think it's gonna be even better than that. What happens? Yeah, I don't understand that either, Riz. Like a lot of people saying like KD wouldn't fit. I don't get that. I don't get the not fitting Spurs culture. I don't quite understand that. I don't understand that one. KD's pretty chill. He's pretty relaxed. Yeah. I guarantee you we're gonna see him on podcasts and he's just gonna be praising the way the Spurs do things. I can't do a predicted trade because, yeah. KD a cupcake. Okay. Complainer. Okay. He won't complain with us. KD smokes too much weed. Wemby doesn't need to be around that. He's a monk. What's good, Clan? What's up, man? What's up, Jacob? KD talks trash openly to teammates. Okay. KD has said San Antonio is where he wants to be. I thought that him with the Warriors would be the closest situation that he's been in as far as franchise-wise or guys, like being around good guys. Draymond was kind of rough. But, like, KD didn't start any drama with them. He was pretty chill. He's not going to start drama with us. He's going to be fine. KD doesn't really start a lot of drama. KD is like, the most drama that comes out of KD is him going at reporters. Like, he doesn't like reporters that sensationalize. And he doesn't like fans that talk trash. That's the worst thing about KD. I think that he gets a little, sensitive when it comes to fans and stuff. But he's gotten a little better at that. But yeah, as far as his own teammates, it seems like KD backs his teammates all the time. So I don't really know where that's coming from. And as far as being with us, he would just be chill. So I don't care. Going at Stephen A. Smith. Well, Stephen A. Smith does deserve it. So he goes at Perkins too. What? KD and Golden State still argue about who was responsible for the win? Kevin Durant and Golden State Warriors still argue about who's responsible for the win? What are you talking about? Maybe I'm just like in the dark here. I do not. Is that a thing, chat? Is that a thing? I don't know if that's a thing. I have not heard that at all. Maybe fans do it. I don't know about KD doing that. Dude, KD and Wemby together is ridiculous. That's like literally ridiculous. That's a lot to deal with. People just like to say stuff. Yeah, I never heard that. I have not heard this controversy with Golden State and KD going back and forth about who was responsible. I don't know. I remember Draymond saying we don't need you or something like that. That was pretty messed up. That broke their relationship, but like I don't think that was KD's fault. Draymond was like doing some major hating in that game because he would not give KD the ball down the stretch. And it's like, what are you doing? Bro, KD and Wemby will create the world's best offensive playbook. It's going to be insane. KD won those finals MVPs, right? Pretty clear to me who's responsible. I mean, he was on a ridiculous team too, but yeah. Adding KD made them just utterly unstoppable. You know, I complain about that a lot. Like him joining the Warriors, I always complain about it. But I guess I also remember how badly we wanted him, and we would have been a crazy team too if we added him. Y'all will be all right. Everybody that don't want KD, you'll be okay. How many players average 26 points a game in the league, Clan? Honestly asking. I don't think it's many. Let's see, season leaders. Not many. We got Jalen Brunson, Cade Cunningham, Jason Tatum, Anthony Edwards, Jokic, Giannis, and SGA. Yeah, like literally a handful. So I was way off. 25 to 30. You thought 25 or 30 players average 26 points per game? No. That's very difficult to do. But as far as scoring, De'Aaron Fox is top 20. Well, let's do can we do, isn't there, there's no, wait, players, are we serious? You can't do like point guards? There's no advanced stats for just looking at point guards? That's so dumb. Oh, that's so dumb. Whatever. No, I was gonna look at point guards that average. Can't be having Chet get a ring before the alien. Well, if Chet keep choking the way he's choking, he won't be getting a ring. That was really bad. That was really bad. And Carlisle's doing a phenomenal job, y'all. Like, he is such a great coach. You get a great coach with some talent, man, he's dangerous. He's doing a great job. Him and his coaching staff, they're doing a great job, all of them. Chet struggling makes me laugh. They've been doing a really great job of like what I've noticed is most of the game they're making it very difficult on SGA, and they're basically like, all right, you got to beat us, or your other guys got to beat us, right? So they're giving him so many different looks, bringing double teams, just making him uncomfortable, trying to make sure that he doesn't get going. But then in the fourth quarter, they completely just go one-on-one. Like, a lot of it was zone, and they just went completely one-on-one. Like, all right, SGA, you want to save your team? You're down by 8. You gotta beat us. So it's like solely coming down to him down these stretches. And when they're really close, I don't know. The one thing about OKC that I think, and this might be a weird take to have, this is just like a vibes thing I have, is like, I don't know if it's a good thing that a lot of their wins are blowouts. It's like they just get going, right? They just find a rhythm, they get going, and next thing you know, they're up by 20 or 30, right? But like when it's at least recently, when it's been like really close games, when they get close, they struggle, man. Pacers in 5. I would say Pacers in 6. But they struggle. This is a great series so far, though. Like, this game was so much. All these games have been fun. But Indiana just has so much depth. Like, anybody can beat you any given night. And then your pillar is Halliburton, who's just phenomenal, man. He's a superstar. I don't know why he's not considered one. I know scoring-wise, like, he only averaged, like, 18 points this season or whatever. But, like, I don't see how anyone can see this passing ability and not see that he's a superstar. Like, he's a superstar in my eyes. That's superstar caliber passing. They were pinpoint. And you never know where the ball's going. It's like first, second, third read. He's incredible, bro. Still pissed we passed on Hallie. It's okay. Lots of people did. And we're gonna get some usage out of Devin. It's all right. Also, I think a big part of not getting Hallie was because we had DeJounte. No matter how good the Pacers can play, OKC is a better team and will win it all, unfortunately. But the Pacers are up 2-1. How can you say that when they're up 2-1? They took care of business in OKC, right? That was a crazy comeback, by the way. Thunder got going in the second game. This third game, Pacers were off their crowd, but also they got the advantage. They took advantage of that. Their offense looks incredible. Their defense was good. I don't know, man. I mean, Pacers are a genuinely great team, too. I don't think you can just say that. And they're constantly putting Thunder in situations where they have to show up and they have to get clutch, and they are not being clutch. The Pacers are so dangerous. They're going to be really hard to beat. Yeah, they're so confident. They're not going to... Like, you're going to have to be on your game 100% of the time, but Carlisle does a great job of making in-game adjustments and constantly throwing other things at you. He makes it so difficult on them. And they're playing a little bit more physical than Thunder as well. I really think that the Pacers need to... I mean, this just... I don't know. I'm not a coach, right? But, like, I think you should go at Chet even more than you already are. Especially Miles Turner. Like, but they were... Well, actually, they kind of were, right? They were attacking the rim constantly this game, so maybe they are just doing that. But I think you should. OKC is 100% the better and deeper team. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I think it might be mean to say, but I think the Pacers are a better coach. And sometimes it's just about sometimes it's mental as well. Like, the Pacers are very talented, and sometimes it does just come down to who can execute the best, right? And thus far in this series, Pacers have executed the best. Pacers won a game where that first game, how many turnovers did they have? I knew they were dangerous after this game because I was like, how many turnovers? Wait, this is game 3. Where's game 1? Because they had this type of confidence. You don't give it to the Pacers like this. They had guys. They won, and this is what I'm saying. It comes down to execution. The fact that OKC Thunder allowed this to happen, I think it speaks to their mental a little bit. Maybe their age, but I think it speaks to their mental a little bit. The fact that you allowed this to happen in a final series, you can't let that happen at home. That the team you went against had 25 turnovers to your 7, and you allowed them to come all the way back and win it. You don't think that does something or says something about the team? That has to say something about the team. And then every time that they win, it's like a blowout. It's like you have to just get, if a team don't allow you to just blow them out, then it's a little bit more difficult on you. A lot of these wins, you won by, I mean, some of them no. But like 149 to 106, the Pacers aren't going to let you do that. I mean, I guess they did blow them out that second game quite a bit. I will say that. But, like, that's insane. You went to 7 with the Nuggets. You went to 5 with Timberwolves. Timberwolves weren't that awesome, but you blew them out quite a few times. But, like, I just feel like you get into these games with the Pacers, they're going to fight you all game long. All game long. And I'm sure in their minds, they're like, if we can keep you under 120, we got a shot to beat you. Ooh, girl. Fur everywhere. You know? Timberwolves are cheeks. Timberwolves, like, they didn't give SGA any difficulties. Like, they didn't give him any, like, different looks. They didn't even try, bro. Yeah, like the first series, they just destroyed the Memphis Grizzlies. Except for game 4, but they just destroyed them. So them being a better team on paper doesn't mean anything. You're going to have to execute. And I think Rick Carlisle's doing a great job of giving SGA a lot of difficult looks early on. And then when they get to the 4th, backing off a little bit and saying, okay, now you have to beat us. If you can beat us alone, you can beat us alone, but you're going to have to beat us. I think that's brilliant. And SGA has not been able to just beat you. I don't want to hear any people flipping on OKC. Stick to your guns, bro. I said from the get that this was going to be a classic series. I think it goes 6 or 7. People just flaky. This is one of the best and most competitive finals I've ever seen. It's really good. It's really disturbing that the mainstream media are upset because they're like, we don't have storylines. Well, you know what? Actually, talk about the game. Sorry, my cat is like touching the controls. Talk about the actual game. How about you do that? How about you actually like build up other players other than just like LeBron and Steph Curry? Because you guys are lazy, man. Like a lot of the stuff that they talk about, it just writes themselves. But when you actually have to talk about games or talk about players that you don't know, then it gets difficult. This is why they couldn't give us any credit. This is why they didn't talk about the Spurs. We're hard to talk about. You have to do a little bit of work to let people know how good Tim Duncan is, right? You can't just show a highlight of Kobe Bryant doing a windmill dunk and putting up 40-something points, and then his very charismatic post-game interview, and just say he's the greatest of all time. He's one of the greatest players I've ever seen. Yeah, well, it's not that easy when it's the Spurs, is it? It's not that easy when it's players that's not as marketable. Maybe you should actually do your job. Great viewing experience. As a fan, it's ridiculous. And if anybody doesn't like it and they claim to be an NBA fan, I don't think you're a real NBA fan. I think that you need to just watch WWE so you can get your storylines. Is it just me, or does anyone think Chet doesn't really have a bag? I don't want to say Chet. Well, I'll say it. I think Chet is overrated. I wouldn't have said that if I didn't hear comparisons to Wemby all the time. Like, a lot of people put Chet and Wemby in the same conversation. And I don't even think it's close. Extremely overrated. I think he's overrated because they compare him to Wemby all the time. I thought you were gonna say you need to watch the WNBA for storylines. Do they even have I don't think they have some crazy stuff going on over there, really. I was gonna say watch WWE. The WNBA is good basketball. No, Chet is not. Chet can get going. He has good shooting for him. He can get going from three and all that, but I don't know. Another thing too, and if I'm proven wrong, I'm proven wrong. Some people just don't really have the ability to build a bunch of muscle. Like, it just depends on your frame. I feel like Chet will always be, pretty slim. I don't think he's that strong, and I think he'll always be pretty slim. Wemby has a good frame to him. Even though he's really tall, really lanky, he has a good frame to him where he can kind of build on it. I don't think Chet really has that. Oh, I don't hate Chet. I hate what people say. Wemby has crazy big shoulders. He just has a better frame. Chet did do that. He did say that. He said it doesn't talk trash about Wemby. He did say, he said, wasn't that a tweet? Yeah, no, he did talk trash. Wemby flexed on Chet Holmgren after the and-1. This was posted by SportsCenter. And then he says, the headbutt is an unstoppable move for show. Weight room now. Yeah, he did talk trash. I forgot about that. It was a headbutt, to be clear. Oh, what are you posting it for? It's not even a fan going at you. It's just like some random Wemby flex on Chet Holmgren after the and he did. It was a headbutt though. Ain't the first time Wemby did that. He did it again. Not the headbutt, but dunked on him. Eyes looking a little heavy, Clan. Yeah, I gotta go. I gotta go to bed. I was just about to say that anyways. I will get with you guys later. I will see you on tomorrow Thursday. I'll see you on Friday night. So I'll see you Friday night. Remind me to go over the things that you mentioned, okay? Most specifically, the Sochan interview. I gotta finish that. I haven't finished it. All right, y'all. Everyone have a good night. Everyone have a good night. I'll see you Friday. I have nowhere else to go. That's so sad, bro. Just you're like Patrick. You're like Patrick when SpongeBob was like, "What do you do when I'm gone?" Wait for you to come back. I love Sochan too. All right, y'all. Yeah, leave this a like.